Boomer Sooner.
Runs it himself, right up the middle, has a whole 45-40. Watch out, he's in the clear. 30, tripped up at the 25-yard line, or he would have gone the whole way. Deep shot fluttering around the 15-yard line. It's caught, wrapped up, stopped. You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Sooner magic still works in the SEC.
Welcome to the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue on the Sooner Sports Network from Learfield. Presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Also brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. And by the Trails Golf Club, where members become family. Now, the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle.
Well, welcome. We are live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. As you can say right here off campus, it is Victory Monday.
Yes.
And you know what tomorrow will be? It'll be Victory Tuesday.
Yes.
But welcome into the Huddle. And as always, we are glad that you guys chose to spend part of your Monday night with us. Allow me to introduce our esteemed colleagues tonight. He is a national champion. Josh Norman is with us this evening.
Glad to be here.
Good to have you, man. Welcome
Always
back.
a pleasure,
Welcome
man.
Back.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, you love him. Warful Award winner, All-American, the smartest dude, all-academic. Proves it as well. Gabe Eichard.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma breakdown.
I'll take it.
Everyone we talk to, like I'll talk to Lane Johnson. We had him on the radio show a while back. I'm like, tell me something about Gabe that nobody knows. He goes, he's really smart and he studied a lot. So
It's true.
There you go.
I wasted a lot. In hindsight, wasted a lot of time studying.
I would have never guessed.
Kids, it's not wasted time. Study away.
It's important. School is important.
But again, the Huddle is brought to you live here from Rudy's by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Gentlemen, 35-3, the opening salvo fired in a Sooner win over Illinois State.
A lot to be excited about, Plankster.
All right, let's get started. You want to start with the fact that I think we've got a dude at quarterback in John Mateer?
I watched a lot of college football this weekend. Labor Day weekend is just
so much
phenomenal.
Going on, man.
So much college football.
We're sitting here while Bill Belichick is getting ready to make his debut, too, tonight.
Which should be very interesting. I didn't see anyone better than John Mateer in college football this weekend. You guys let me know if you disagree.
Oh, I don't think you're going to get anyone disagreeing with you here tonight.
It's going to be hard to disagree with that today.
I saw a lot of good quarterbacks. I think that John Mateer, through 1 week, is as good as anyone in college football. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
The way that he threw the ball, the decisions that he made in the Illinois State game, I was just so pleased with his processing, the way that he operated the offense, just complete control, complete confidence. It's everything you hoped he would be, and he did some things with his legs, but I thought it was pretty obvious. Ben Arbuckle didn't want to show much of anything they've been cooking up with him in the run game. That's safe for the Wolverines as they come to town this weekend. So I loved what I saw from the Sooner star quarterback. Thought he was great, Josh.
Yeah, I agree. I believe the most impressive thing, you can just see his maturity. It's not like he was out there trying to make things happen off schedule. He was on schedule with most of his throws. A lot of it were dinks and dunks, which I am happy with because take what they give you. And so when he had his opportunities down the field, he took advantage of them. So, I was impressed. I think we left a lot of meat on the bone, but I'm still impressed with who he is as a quarterback, the decisions that he made, the throws that he made, and, great showing for his first night as a Sooner.
He sets the record for passing yards in an OU debut.
Yep.
we've had some pretty good quarterbacks.
Right.
Now, there are some people out there that were like, well, Bradford didn't play the fourth quarter,
That's
and Baker
true.
didn't
That's
play
true.
the fourth quarter, and that's true. But why do you not like fun? He set the debut record. It's just a fact. We don't have to talk about all the details.
We live in a world where we have 24/7, 365 Sooner Talk, right?
Yeah.
You do your podcast year-round in the Oklahoma Breakdown.
Lot of Sooner talk.
I work on a radio station on the Ref where we talk Oklahoma Sooner athletics 24/7, 365. There's websites, there's podcasts, there's YouTube shows, and you get hype and you get excited and you wait and you wait. And sometimes things don't always live up to that hype. Now, we got a long way to go in this season, right? And we got Michigan coming to town this Saturday, in case you didn't hear.
Whole different animal.
But it's incredibly reassuring whenever you hear so much about this guy, John Mateer, and the offense, Ben Arbuckle. To get just the little sample that we got on Saturday night, Gabe, was incredibly reassuring for all that talk and all that hype leading up to the year.
There's no doubt about it. And, yes, this is the only time we're going to say it. We know it was Illinois State.
We get it.
We understand that. Okay, let's move on. We know that everything we talk about, recapping the game, just keep that in mind.
Yep.
But coming in, the talking point about Mateer mainly was, man, this guy's ability to run. He can make plays with his legs, his athleticism, his ability to extend plays. You didn't hear a lot of people go, you know what, that guy can pick you apart from the pocket. And some of these throws that he made against Illinois State are NFL-level throws.
Yep.
Anticipating guys working into the windows in zone coverage, throwing it before they're even close to being there. Throwing it, there's a couple, I mean, he threw a deep dig to Keontae Lewis on, the east sideline. And when he throws it, I don't even think he can see Keontae Lewis because he's behind a hook defender. But he throws it to the window. He trusts Keontae Lewis to get into that window, and that's exactly what happens. Like, I love the way that he looked from the pocket. I loved how accurate he was. He had a couple misses low, but some of his best throws were as good as any throws we saw all weekend in college football. Like, he was really, really good. And yes, I know it was Illinois State.
I think this is the throw you're talking about here.
No, that's just a hey, I'm gonna give my guy a chance. That guy's bugging him, and he still makes the play.
That's the thing that gets me excited was because he was 30 for 37, and there were a few that he was off on.
Yeah, no doubt.
And just a few mechanical things that I witnessed just in his footwork in the pocket. But I mean, he gets those things tightened up, man. Like the sky's the limit for him this year, man. Like you said, Gabe. I mean, the throws that he was making on time. Like you said, NFL caliber throws where it's all based off timing and getting guys in the right spot and knowing where they're going to be. And I think that's the beauty of it is the combination of Arbuckle and him is that he understands the system. His maturity shows that he's been in the system for a long time. And it's exciting football, man. And looking forward to seeing what we can do against a greater opponent.
There was a lot to be excited about with what we saw against Illinois State. That list starts with Mateer, but he was so comfortable and so composed in the pocket because the pass protection was fantastic.
Yeah.
I know that everyone wants to complain about the run game. I understand that. It will get better. I'm confident it will get better. But the pass protection from OU's offensive line, from all of the guys that they played, I mean, how many times did we see Mateer even feel pressure?
Yeah.
And I know it's Illinois State.
Right.
But the pass protection was really, really solid, and that includes running backs. It includes tight ends. I really liked just how clean the pocket was all night long, essentially, for John Mateer. And that's how he was able to just rip it down the field on some of those big chunk plays. The passing game as a whole, you combine what Mateer looked like, what the line did in pass protection, and then how fast the wide receivers were playing. Really, really exciting first performance in the passing game.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the receivers, by the way, Josh, because that's what I wanted to ask you about. By the way, this segment's being brought to you by family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes. 119 yards receiving for Keontez Lewis and 2 touchdowns. 7 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown also for Deion Burks. Also, he had the longest run of the day. Oh, yeah, by the way, Jaron Kanik, 5 catches for 90 yards. And there's a few weapons we haven't even seen yet. Yeah, man, Kanik looked great. What really kind of stood out to you, Josh, about the receivers?
Yeah, I think just the fact that we had guys out there making plays. And honestly, I think the biggest thing for me is the tight end position. I think that's something that we've been missing the last few years, is a guy who can make plays in the pass game at the tight end position. And so with the addition of Jaron Kanik being able to run routes, make plays after the catch, that's a big deal for us, man, especially in this offense. When you're going to have 10 personnel on the field a lot. For us to have 11 personnel, we ran a lot of 12 personnel in the game. But for us to have a guy who can make plays in the pass game from the tight end position is huge for us. Obviously, I think Keontez Lewis stands out because he had the biggest game. But I'm interested to see how these other guys step up and play. We have some guys beat up and injured. It's great to see Deion back out there playing and making plays. He's going to be a huge contributor for us as we move forward. And the fact that we just spread the ball around the way that we did, I think that's one of the great things about this offense is, like I said, you just take what the defense gives you, and John Mateer is able to find those guys and put the ball where it needs to be, and guys are where they need to be. And so, and I did want to say also, man, I don't want to dismiss the fact that Illinois State is a really good football team. Like, they're FCS team, no question, but they're a really good FCS team. And so, I don't want to take it. No, they're not Michigan. They are not Michigan. But for us to perform in the way that we did, how we dominated on the defensive side of the ball, how we dominated on the offensive side of the ball, says a lot about us and the direction that we're headed.
Yeah, could not agree more. And I know we only got a minute left, so when we come back, we'll go a little bit more in depth on the offensive line. And some of the run game, I don't want to say issues, but Oklahoma wasn't as, I think, explosive in the run game as they would have wanted. But, Gabe, I keep going back to it. You talk about the offensive line and pass protection. The running backs doing their job. I mean, they got no choice with DeMarco Murray as your coach. You better be good. But I thought that was incredibly reassuring.
Yeah, Javonte Barnes, it's really maybe his best attribute as a running back is what he's able to do in blitz pickup. I mean, that man, he will hit you straight in the face if you are coming on a blitz. And I think the impressive thing about Torrey Blaylock, and he had a lot of impressive plays, but his ability to know what he's doing in pass protection, to know all the protection schemes, that's normally like your number one concern for a young running back, especially a true freshman. But as you can see there, the young man doesn't mind some physicality. No. So I was really impressed with Blaylock's overall performance, and that includes what he did in pass protection when he was called upon.
It was impressive. You see the final numbers. Had a little bit of an injury, but looks like he's going to be okay. We'll talk to Coach Venables about that later on.
I hope he says good things, because I hope that shoulder's all right, because he's going to be a massive part of this offense this season.
He's fun to watch. The segment's been brought to you by family-owned Community Coffee, the official brewed coffee of OU Athletics. Taste the difference family makes. All right, when we come back, that's offense. Let's talk about the defense. You're inside the Huddle live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Stick around.
Thank you to our cornerstone television partners, OU Health, OG&E, Fowler Auto Group, and Coca-Cola. The Huddle is brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties. Fan-fueled, athlete-focused.
Man in motion left to right is Lord. Back to pass, Pellant. Throws it out to the right. Watch out, bam! Winkers right. Got the winkers knocked out of him. He hung on to the football somehow, but no gain. Reggie Powers like a stick of dynamite. Bam!
He was, man. Impressive debut for Reggie Powers for the Oklahoma Sooners. What a great crowd we have here tonight. Brent Venables coming up a little bit later on this evening. Teddy Lehman will join us, but you are inside the huddle. And it's presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Our second segment, where we're going to talk some defense, is presented by Taco Mile. All right, let's just open the floor. I think the total number of yards was, let's see, I had it written down here, 46 plays, 151 yards.
That's not good.
34 yards passing, which is the least amount of passing yards since Oklahoma gave up 16 passing yards in 2013 against Kansas State. Don't remember that one.
Wait, I was on that team.
Yeah, that was good defensive
Great job,
day.
defense.
Great
Nice
job,
job.
defense in 2013.
Wow.
But overall, what a day for Brent Venables' defense.
Yeah, I think that it was, as expected, kind of a simple game plan. Not a lot of wrinkles, but I do think the physicality at the point of the attack on the vast majority of snaps was what you're looking for. And that's where it all starts with this defense. This defensive line, especially that interior, they've had such a good offseason, such a good training camp, and it was good to see that translate onto the game field. And I think it's only going to get better from this point, Josh. But, I mean, the defense, you give up 3 points. It wasn't on the defense. That was on the offense. Turn it over on our own end. Defense holds them to a 3-and-out there and forces a field goal. They do their job. So it's really hard to nitpick anything when it should have been a shutout for the defense and they gave up 34 yards of passing.
Yeah, no question. My big deal is, man, yes, it was. I mean, our defense is expected to play like this, but going out doing it is a whole nother thing. And so for us to have the dominant performance on defense like we had is a big deal, especially on the secondary. I know that our secondary doesn't get a lot of credit, but man, did they play lights out. I mean, 34 total passing yards, like that's a big deal. And I think we had one, maybe two sacks. And so like that shows, man, our defensive secondary played at a very high level. And that's a big deal.
I know some people go, well, why didn't we have 8 sacks against Illinois State? And this is something that Teddy pointed out on the podcast is a lot of the times when we were only rushing 4, they had 7 in protection. And a lot of times when we were bringing some heat, they only had 5 or 6. And the numbers were our advantage. Quarterback was under pressure, had to get rid of the ball. Did you get the sack? Not necessarily. But it's winning the kind of the chess match of, oh, you're keeping 7 in protection. Well, we've got 7 in coverage. Good luck to your receivers 3-on-7. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there was a chess match there that Brent Venables won very consistently all night. It kind of seemed like he had Illinois State's offense guessing as to what was coming, and no surprise. He's one of the best defensive play callers we've ever seen.
Now we're going to talk about Michigan's offensive approach coming up a little bit later on, but you know, we're still on this win from Saturday night, so let's just Josh, you brought up the secondary. I thought they were fantastic for being one of the big question marks at corner, right? Because Eli Bowen's been dinged up. Jacoby Johnson didn't end up playing. I don't think he got out for a snap on Saturday night.
I don't remember seeing him on defense.
So. And you had a true freshman, a true freshman out there with a senior who's been around for a while but has battled injuries. I just thought the corners were outstanding. But I'm not trying to lead anyone in any direction here, Josh, but who's your defensive MVPs from Saturday night?
Oh, man, dang.
A lot of you pick as many as you want.
I mean,
no rules.
Here's the deal, man. Like, I'm gonna just give it to the whole defense.
Yeah, fair.
And this is the reason why, because I think there's a lot of things that are happening that we can't that don't necessarily show up on the stats. And so the way our defensive line is playing, like one thing that stands out are the plays that the linebackers and the cheetah were able to make, and the safeties, and that's because the defensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage. I mean, did you see how free Kobe McKenzie was running? and it was somebody else it was a bunch of guys that were running free all night. But that's because the defensive line plays so well. And so, but then on the flip side of that, the other plays that the other guys are making are due because the secondary is making plays. And so, I think across the board, our defense is as good as advertised. And I'm excited to see how much we progress, especially on the back end. I mean, I think we have one of the most talented rooms in our safeties in the country. And so seeing those guys progress, come together, gel, and play once everybody gets back healthy. It was awesome to see Gentry Williams out there playing again. Looking forward to seeing Eli. Great to see the young freshman out there playing and holding it down against a great receiver that they had at Illinois State. I mean, 1,100 yards last year?
He had -3 yards receiving.
Yeah, and for a freshman to come in, a true freshman to come in and play at that level and hold that guy to negative yards, that's a big deal.
Yeah, if I had to give an MVP for the game defensively, I'd give it to Gentry Williams. And there's a lot of reasons why. First of all, it's just so good to see him out there healthy and playing at a high level. But I thought he did a really nice job in zone coverage, just understanding the spacing and using his length and being in the proper position, leveraging things the proper way. And the guy can still tackle. Throwing it into the flat when he is the flat defender still appears to be a bad decision for offenses. So he had the TFL. It was great to see him out there playing fast, looking healthy. I was really, really happy with the way that Gentry played.
Yeah, and again, it's a matter of staying healthy for him. We know he's always had the ability, but it's a little different energy, I thought, from him out there on Saturday night. I just thought he looked completely,
totally physical corner, man. Like he looks like an NFL corner.
Well, and exactly 3 years ago, whenever we went out to one of the first practices, and Gentry had played a little bit, but you're like, who's 9? Who's that? And
what you want it to look like, and he looks even better now.
Exactly.
He's absolutely. He did some good work in the offseason.
Got to stay healthy, keep him on the field, because he's one of the best players, not only on this defense, on this team when he's healthy. When you factor in just how long he's been around, his understanding of the scheme, and then his physical ability, he can be a difference maker for this defense.
Yeah, and Josh, you hit it on the head too. There's reinforcements on the way, right? Eli Bowen is going to get healthy, and he's going to be a part of that secondary rotation. Jacoby Johnson. I'll tell you what.
Kendall Dolby.
You told him.
I thought it may have been, before he got hurt, the argument could be made. He was our best player on defense.
We're walking out of the facility, and Kendall Dolby, we're walking in, and Kendall Dolby's walking out, and Gabe goes, you better get healthy. It's time to get healthy.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And he's one of those guys that I don't think you realize the impact that he can make until he's not in there.
Phenomenal. He's a player.
He's a tone setter, man.
Absolutely.
And he's got an edge to him and an energy similar to what we see from Kip Lewis at the linebacker spot.
Yep.
But Kendall Dolby, you've heard Jim Nagy say it. You've heard Brent Venables say it. He's a dog.
Yeah.
And you want all your dogs on the field. So I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be not until Auburn. I'm not sure. But I know this. When he's healthy, he's going to be on the field.
Yeah.
Because that dude can play.
Hey, we had a couple guys that made their debut. Well, we had 40 guys, I think. Brent Venables asked in the locker room afterwards, raise your hand if that was your first game that you played on Owen Field. And it seemed like half the locker room threw their hand up. But one of the guys that had been talked about quite a bit by Teddy Lehman, who will be joining us later, was Kendall Daniels.
Yes.
He can't raise his hand. He better not raise his hand. He's played on that field before.
Oh, I don't think that's right. It's a good point.
But if he said,
that's a good point.
First time wearing a Sooner jersey.
I thought about that too. But he looked good.
Then, massive.
Right, exactly. And Ted's been all over how impressed he's been with him. And he looks smart, past the first grade.
I mean, you saw that at his time at OSU.
State,
he was a freaking baller there. And so, yeah, man, it's fun just to see it all coming to fruition, man, because all of the things, and like we've been through it the last few years, man. Last year, having high expectations and not being able to finish it out the way we expected to. But this year, like, it's seeming like it's really gelling and coming together. I know it's just week one. We'll get better from week 1 to week 2. But, man, the way I think the big thing is on the defensive side, I'm excited about the depth that we have. We have a lot of depth in a lot of positions. And so whenever we do start getting these guys healthy, the Kendall Dobies, the Eli Bowens, all of the other guys that are injured right now, once we start getting these guys back, man, it's just going to increase and bolster that defense even more.
And that is huge for this team because it's a long season, man. I mean, you look at Oklahoma's schedule, and we start getting to the meat of this thing this week when Michigan comes to town.
Yeah.
But you factor in what we have in the SEC, it's so important to be able to rotate some guys.
Big time.
Get those guys experience, especially if you're feeling really good about the way that all of these guys are playing. If there's not a big drop-off between, hey, the guy that runs out there first and the guy that goes in and, spells them in the 4th series of the game, it is really, really important to keep as many guys as you can on both sides of the ball, but certainly defensively, as fresh as you can. And when you feel really good about the competitive depth at all these different positions, it should make you a better football team throughout the entirety of the season.
Could not agree more. The segment, by the way, has been brought to you by Taco Mayo. Tap the app and save up to 25% today. Michigan's coming to town for the first time ever. We'll talk about the Wolverines next inside the Huddle, live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
The Huddle is brought to you by Riverwind Casino. It's always a good time. OU Fan Shop. The best place to gear up for game day is shop.soonersports.com. Sooner Kids Club. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Kids Club presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Devon Energy.
Mateer, gonna pass. Looks across the middle, slings it. Deion's got it to the 10. He's into the end zone. Deion Burks, Peter. Touchdown, Sooners.
All right, welcome back to the Huddle. It is time for a look in Michigan, but this segment brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time right off I-35 and Highway 9. So let's look at Michigan, and our opponent preview is brought to you by One Oklahoma. One Oklahoma, powered by Sooner Sports Properties, fan-fueled, athlete-focused. And Gabe, those are last year numbers: 8-5, 5-4 in Big Ten play. They beat Ohio State in their final regular season game. They beat Alabama in their bowl game, and then they went out and they beat New Mexico on Saturday, 34-17. Early thoughts on Michigan from what you saw last week?
Good football team. Really well coached, violent football team. And the bottom line with Michigan, and the entire conversation leading to this game is going to be about John Mateer and Bryce Underwood.
Right.
And that's great. Bryce Underwood is looking like he was worth every dollar that Michigan gave him. He looks fantastic. He's going to be a great player for them. Mateer, maybe the most sought-after guy in the portal, looked fantastic in the opener. Going to be a lot of quarterback conversations, but ultimately this game will be decided by the fat guys at the line of scrimmage.
No question about it.
Michigan is, they have been arguably the best developmental program in the country at the line of scrimmage over the last couple of years. They put a bunch of guys, especially defensive linemen, in the league, early round guys. And they've got another good group. They've got a really solid group along the offensive line and a very solid group on the defensive line. Big, physical guys. on the offensive line and defensive line. That's where the game will be won and lost. Who wins the bar fight at the line of scrimmage?
And they graduated some dudes on the interior of their defensive line off to the NFL. One of them was a top 8 pick.
So glad they did. I watched all their games from last week, and whew.
Yeah, it was a good defensive line. But it's still very talented, Josh. And when you play a team like Michigan, you know that. I mean, Gabe hit it on the head. We're going to be fighting in the trenches. We're going to watch quarterbacks and the skilled players, but this thing is going to be won with the big uglies.
I got you, bro. Yeah,
Thank you. I don't know what that was. No, man, I mean, he hit it on the head. Like, I think there's a couple of things to consider. One, they're going to be better across the board. Like,
right.
they're going to be one of the best talented teams. I mean, when you talk about the in the trenches and at the skill position, they're an extremely talented team. But the game will be won in the trenches, period, point blank. Who can stop the run and who can run the ball? If we run the ball well and we stop the run, we'll win the game. I know they got tired of hearing me say it last year. It's like the run game and turnovers. Like that's what it's ultimately going to come down to. But man, they're a physical team. Shout out to Sharon Moore, former OU player, their head coach. He does a great job, not just in preparing those guys and being physical and, like Gabe said, violent at the point of attack, but just the scheme up front, man. They do some really, really amazing things in the run game. I know they'll talk about the quarterbacks and they'll talk about Underwood all week, but for us, I think as long as we can control the line of scrimmage on the defensive side and on offensive side, we'll put ourselves in a great position to win the ball game.
The OU's ability to slow down the run game will be massive on Saturday. Justice Haynes looked fantastic in their opener.
9.9 yards per carry.
He looked great. Now, he was running through some massive holes, but he looked great. He was just at Alabama. He was an Alabama guy. Their skill guys tend to look, pretty solid. So they're going to want to feed him and establish that run game to set up some of the things that they want to do with Bryce Underwood in the passing game. OU's mission should be to get Bryce Underwood in third and medium and third and long, get him in obvious passing situations, and then find out what the young man knows about pressure and about coverage.
Absolutely.
And there is just no denying, he is incredibly talented. But this will be a second game of college football. And Venables has been dialing stuff up all offseason, working on this game plan, getting some stuff ready for Bryce Underwood. The key is get him into those situations where he's got to throw the ball, where Michigan has to throw the ball. If they're in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2 all game long, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, Gabe, you hit the nail on the head today, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you always do. I'm sorry. You always do.
My wife would disagree.
Okay. So there's a couple of different perspectives to take on this. One is from Michigan. Like, I guarantee you that they're in their meeting room, they're running clips on our defensive line. And I guarantee you that their game plan is to come in, dominate in the run game, so it takes the pressure off of Underwood. And then we're in the meeting rooms showing how dominant their offensive line is, how good this quarterback is, but he's a freshman. And so we have to control the run to put this young freshman quarterback in a very tough position. And so, like, that's really what it's going to come down to. And I think we should all point it out very clearly that, yeah, Michigan, they have a great offensive line, but dadgum, my defensive line they the real deal too. And so they're going to have to come with it just like we're going to have to come with it. And it's something that I'm looking forward to. To me, it's going to be a throwback, knuckle-dragging brawl on the front lines on both sides of the ball that's going to determine the win.
This is the time where we do it.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium needs to be nuts.
Yeah, it's that's a great
There
point.
is, and I'm in
no
all
ifs, ands, or
seriousness,
buts about it.
Yeah.
It needs to be
Insane.
ridiculous.
Insane.
It needs to be as difficult as possible on Michigan's offense.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, OU fans, you can make a difference in this game. One false start, them being in 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 3,
different.
can win this football game. I'm dead serious. I know, it's not even a question. I know Sooner Nation is going to bring it Saturday night, and I cannot wait to be a part of it.
And to that point, everybody always talk about OU or OSU, Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan game. Like, we need to show them what Sooner Nation is all about.
Yes, sir.
That it doesn't compare. Like Ohio State, Michigan, like the big house and all, it doesn't even compare to being in Gaylord.
Those stadiums, they're too wide
big,
of
too
bowls.
much
You're going to be on top of your head.
This segment's been brought to you by Riverwind Casino. Always a good time. More with the Huddle next. Stick around.
The Huddle is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. Trails Golf Club of Norman, where members become family. Inquire today at trailsgolf.com. OU's 2025 football games are available on Ritmo 96.5 FM in Oklahoma City and 101.5 FM El Patron in Tulsa, as well as on these stations' websites. Each OU Spanish broadcast will feature a 30-minute pregame show and a 15-minute postgame show.
Runs right, cuts it back up the middle to the 2, to the 1. Parting of the sea into the end zone. Touchdown. The kid, Torrey Blaylock. He wears number 6, and he gets him 6.
Zero's the best, man. We are live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. This segment is brought to you by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Gabe Eichert, it's time for What's Your Beef, brought to you by Didier Ranch. Didier Ranch's premium ranch-raised beef can be shipped anywhere in the continental U.S. You can attest. I can attest. It's
delicious.
Amazing. Visit DidierRanch.com. That's DIDIER Ranch.com to order. Didier Ranch. Tradition tastes better. What's your beef?
I can't believe I'm going to say this. Do people really need to be so mean to Arch Manning?
I heard a yes back there. Hey,
I'm fine if you think that's the case. I'm fine with it, but
he was basically making his first start in a hostile environment. Did people expect him to throw for 400? Well, it did. Paul Feinbaum
guys
did.
weren't exactly running open.
Yeah.
He didn't play well. He didn't. But and this is you have. It's week 1. We're gonna overreact to things. That's what we do. It's pretty.
It's our
fun.
job. Yeah.
It's pretty fun to do. But there are some people out there making it seem like he's just a bust. He'll never be good. They should maybe start looking at someone else. There's just
is there a backup?
Pretty ridiculous takes. I'm just saying. I still think Arch Manning is going to be able to turn into a solid college quarterback.
They're not going to lay down, Josh, on October 11th because Arch Manning played.
No, they definitely not going to lay down. My beef is with Gabe Eichert for even trying to protect this dude, Arch Manning.
He doesn't need protecting.
He's an offensive lineman. It's what he does.
It's just funny.
Hey, man, he is a starting quarterback at the University of Texas.
Oh, he get paid a lot of money,
going into his 3rd year. And it wasn't his first start.
Yeah,
he's had numerous starts whenever
Quinn Ewers,
when he was hurt a couple of years ago. I mean, yeah, that's my
I'm not
beef with you,
defending
man.
the guy. I'm just saying it was pretty funny to watch some of the overreaction. And I'm talking about from Texas fans.
Right.
Listen, I was reading all of it. It was great. I was bathing in it. But it was just like, oh, my gosh.
What's your beef brought to you by
What are we doing?
Didier
He's terrible.
Ranch. Order all over the continental U.S. right now at DidierRanch.com. We're back to wrap up the Huddle next, live from Rudy. Stick around.
Huddle is brought to you by Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. We want to thank all of our Sooner Radio Network affiliates across the state and region. Fans can check out Soonersports.com for an affiliate in your area. And if you're traveling outside the state of Oklahoma, you can listen to all the action on either Sirius XM Radio or download the Varsity Network app and listen free.
John Mateer takes the football, fakes the handoff, straight drop, looking, slings it across the middle. That's caught. Lewis to the 5, steps out of a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown. Keontez Lewis, 28 yards.
The show and today's final segment is brought to you by the Trails Golf Club of Norman, where members become family. Inquire today at trailsgolf.com. Minute left. Gabe, Josh, I think you hit it on the head. One thing to take away from tonight's show, be loud on Saturday night. It can be the difference between a 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 8, and that can make all the difference in the world.
Not even that, just the football team feels the energy of the crowd. And I go back to what it was like against Tennessee last season, what it was like against Bama last season. The crowd made a difference.
Yeah,
absolutely.
In those games. And prime time, boys, I think it's going to be even crazier.
Yeah.
Because I think the fan base is really, really excited about the football team that we've got. I know I am. So Saturday night's going to be nuts.
This is what I'd love. I'd love for us to put the Texas Tech game to bed from years ago.
The jump around.
The jump around. I'd love for us to have something that replaces that.
Ooh.
That says this was the greatest atmosphere ever at OU football game. That's what we need. We need to show why. There was a statistic that came out not too long ago where we weren't in the top 5 of greatest stadium atmosphere, and that like we can
change that. We can change that Saturday. Great job, Josh. Great job, Gabe.
We're going to change that.
Stick around. Coach Venables coming up next, live from Rudy's. Thanks for being part of the Huddle.
Live from Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, the Air Comfort Solutions OU Huddle has been presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. Also brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, bringing you the best in real Texas barbecue. And by Walden Cleaners, Walden Cleaners and Laundry, where the difference is quality. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Sooner Sports Network.